All right, now I know I just did the video on self-love. So again, I'm at the Armory, big castle-like building by my mom's. If you don't see it over there, you see. And then it's a whole park. And it goes all the way back. So I was just talking about self-love, and I was talking about manifestations and affirmations, positive affirmations. So I'm going to talk about how I got on my self-love journey. How I got on my self-love journey was realizing that I deserved better in my life. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But I was married, and I never found myself. I was one of those ones that was set in the old traditional ways, where back in the day our parents or grandparents will say, if you're a female, you have to find you a nice man, business oriented, with money and blah blah blah, and church going, humble Christian man, and that's who you were supposed to settle with, or at least being financially stable. Then, and otherwise you don't go for him. With men, they were supposed to find a female that was church going and blah blah blah. Like, we had all of these things that was told to us while we was younger, and that's not how it was supposed to be. We were supposed to find ourselves, not rushing into stuff just because of material things. How can you expect a relationship to last if neither one of y'all know each other, or you're not being your true, authentic self? If you're sitting there portraying to be something that you're not, and you expect the relationship to last. And I don't care what anybody says, because I did it myself, so that's why I can speak on it. I stayed with my ex for 24 years. Met him when I was 14, and stayed because of the kids. I felt like that's what I was supposed to do. It was supposed to be till death do us part, and we were supposed to stay together because of the kids. In actuality, all that does is keep you in an unrequited love situation, where one person loves the other person, but the other person doesn't love you, doesn't give you the love that you deserve. And then they wonder why our kids nowadays be in messed up situations, because they're seeing that growing up. You can't fake love. That's fake love. So the kids are seeing that, and that messes the kids up. They're growing up in a toxic environment. They see y'all fighting all the time, and there was arguments. That's life. There's arguments, fighting all the time, because I'm giving, and they're taking, and you're not giving it back. So the kids are seeing that, and they're thinking it's normal. And then when they get older, that's how they do it. And you keeping it damn near a generational curse, because that's how they think love is supposed to be, and it's not. And then people stop believing in love. I had to snap out of that. I wanted to break that generational curse. I wanted the fairy tale love. And I knew the only way to do that was to show my kids and to switch my actions for that to happen. So that's why I set my boundaries, and I'm doing self-love, and I know it can happen because I've seen the other side of where it can happen. So all I'm gonna say to y'all is self-love, set boundaries, and don't stay if it's not reciprocated. Love and light. And I'm going to add on to that last video where I said don't stay if it's not reciprocated. The reason why I say don't stay if it's not reciprocated, like I said, it is toxic for the kids. We're not going to be here forever. So if you want your kids to have a future, if you want our world to still be good, like, we don't want our kids to be in a messed up situation to where we're not here and we can't help them. We want the best for our kids. So we have to do better. Everybody should not be hating and envying other people, bullying other people because they're less fortunate and all of that, when it doesn't have to be that way. It don't have to be that way. They can be fortunate if they would stop the hate. A lot of the hate and envy that's happening in the world right now is due to their misfortunes, because they wake up thinking negative, they talk negative on other people, and then they wonder why negative shit happens to them. Negativity comes to you a lot of the times because of either you thinking negative or that person themselves is just negative. But if that person themselves is just negative and you're not negative towards them, you're not going to get the karma. They're going to get the karma. It's going to come back to them. So people got to do better. They got to be better. So I'm just going to say that we got to do better. We got to do better. We got to love and light. We got to do what's right for our kids. We got to be better. We got to be better. So all I'm going to say is try to how do I put this? There's a lot of stuff going on out here. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm at a park, like I said, so I gotta watch my babies and stuff. There's a lot of people walking around. I gotta watch my surroundings. But we just gotta do better. Do better. I'm gonna start talking on here a lot. I got a lot of stuff on my head, so it's hard for me to say it right now, but I'm starting this YouTube channel back up. I'm gonna be on Instagram. I'm gonna be on Clubhouse. I'm gonna be on YouTube. I'm gonna be on Facebook. I'm gonna be doing lives. I'm gonna be doing advice. I'm gonna be doing relationship debates, because my relationship debates cards has about regular relationships. It has about friendships, families, all of that, kids, all of that. So I know what can happen when you think positive versus thinking negative. So, because I want better for my kids, and I'm going to make sure they have better, and that is happening now, I'm trying to help everybody out, not just my people, not just my family. It's not about being selfish. A lot of people don't realize when you get information and you know it's harmful. I mean, you know it's harmless. If it's information that can help somebody, we're not supposed to be stingy or selfish and holding it to ourselves because you don't want that person to surpass you or whatever. You're supposed to share the knowledge. That knowledge is supposed to be shared so everybody can be better. So, and until people get that mindset, we're all going to be stuck. But I don't plan on being stuck. I will not be stuck. Are you going to be stuck? I'm not going to be stuck. Y'all are about to see my glow up. It's coming real soon. But everybody's glow up is not at the same time. But I'm still going to be humble with mine, and I'm still going to help my people as much as I possibly can to put them bad. It cut off again. But I'm still going to help my people to put them on as much as I possibly can. As long as they're doing the work, just like I had to do the work. And we're going to build these legacies. We're going to break these generational curses. We're going to do what we got to do to make sure there's a future for our children, for our families. I'm going to show y'all the way. Trust me. That's all you got to do. Anybody that knows me knows that I don't mean no harm for anybody. No matter how much dirt people have tried to do on me or whatever, because people wanted me to dim my light. My light was too bright for them. It was too much for them. That's not going to happen. God does not want that to happen. And I listen to God. I don't listen to man. So I listen to my man when I get one. And that's when I got a ring on my finger, is when I will listen to him. Until then, it's what God says. And right now, God says to spread this love and light. Because believe it or not, I fail. And a lot of other people do too. These are the end of days. So as y'all see all the stuff that's happening in the world, if you see on the news and everything, all you see is a lot of negativity. You know how many people was tuned in watching the whole Johnny Depp thing in court every day that was happening? But nobody was praising these children of ours that made it through school, through the pandemic, through the hardest time in our history, made it through that and made sure they graduated and didn't stop and tried to hold down the fort for their parents that was breaking through the pandemic. But they still got up and made sure they went to school because they wanted better. They wanted to make something of themselves so that pandemic won't happen again. So they have the knowledge to make sure they can find some kind of antidote and all of that, because people was losing family members left and right. These are trying times. These are hard times, and we got to do better, and it starts with us. I am 38 years old, so I'm like right there in the middle between the young folks and the older ones. I don't believe in staying in a toxic relationship for kids. You can stay in a healthy, happy, true love relationship and co-parent and have that be done correctly, versus staying in a toxic relationship and all you're doing is harming the kids and you're not getting and self-loving yourself. So you're not getting the love you deserve. You're not setting boundaries. It starts with us. It starts with us. When we change, how can you expect your life to be better and different for all the people where their life is not doing so good? How can you expect it to be better if you are not changing your situation, if you are not changing your train of thought, if you're not changing how you make moves? How are you expecting anything to change? That is the definition of an insanity. You're doing the same shit expecting a different outcome. You have to try to switch it up. All I'm saying is try my way. I've seen stuff turn around for me once I switched my mindset. Because I was stuck in that matrix world too. And now I'm out of it. And I'm going to find my my Neo and to my Trinity. I'm gonna have that kind of love one day. And until then, I'm gonna make sure I self-love on myself, to make sure my kids are straight, to make sure we have a future that is prosperous, that is abundant. We're gonna make sure we get our stuff together. So I'm gonna be back with y'all. I know it's getting kind of dark out here. See, the street lights is trying to come on. So it's getting dark out here, and I will be talking to y'all later. So peace and love.